Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. This video includes paid promotion. This ad was done in collaboration with Fortis X. So before we get into today's update, a quick note for serious XRP holders. If you're holding over $10,000, $25,000, or $100,000 in XRP, you already understand one thing. Positioning matters. Most people just sit and wait for price, but capital sitting idle is not a strategy. That's why I've been working with Fortis X. They've built a liquidity-backed staking layer designed for long-term holders. No lockups, fast withdrawals, flexible structure. Your XRP stays yours, but it can generate yield while you wait for the move. And through my link below, you can receive up to a 10% bonus on one deposit. If you're positioned for the next leg up, your capital should be positioned as well. Link is in the description. We've got Cointelegraph here posting this. Bitcoin's March just flipped green. Well, that's something to look forward to. Look at that. March, now we're plus 1.78% on the month. Of course, it is only March the 7th if you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it. January and February, both firmly in the red. But guys, we have a lot to look forward to for this particular month. Well, are we going to see higher highs or are we going to see lower lows? Right now, as we're taking a look at the XRP trend, it's not looking promising. We're just basing here in this level, trading sideways pretty much since the beginning of February. Bitcoin pretty much looks the same. On the Bitcoin chart, we did see a bit more action over the last few days. But guys, Bitcoin was not able to sustain momentum. I mean, I guess technically we are still seeing higher highs on the chart and higher lows. It's agitating, I think, many investors. Is Bitcoin going to go higher or is Bitcoin going to go lower? I have outlined, a few things that I found interesting, and I posted it over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is exclusively for the Patreon subscribers, only $5 a month if you guys are interested in, hearing my thoughts on where I think the market is going to go next. So right now we got one Bitcoin holding in there at around 67,900. We've got the market here. Fear and greed is back down to 19. So a far cry from where it was even a couple of days ago. It's funny how sentiment shifts very, very quickly. Market cap is still hovering around $2.33 trillion. Average crypto RSI is now closer to oversold, but it's still pretty much, it just waffles back and forth. I feel like that is a very good indication that, we are firmly trading sideways. Some cryptocurrencies are in the green. Some cryptocurrencies are in the red at the moment, but we're not getting any kind of decisive moves up or down. I mean, Bitcoin did give us some hope the other day. Let me just throw this on the hourly, but we weren't able to sustain momentum. And as you guys can see on the hourly chart, Bitcoin just pretty much did this kind of a thing, made a double top pattern, came back down, retraced, found resistance over that shoulder, and then came back down, trading in this area down and around here. So what's the next move? We just need a flip of the switch, and even Elon Musk thinks the same. Just press the switch. Yeah, this has been the sentiment in the XRP community for quite a while now. Just press the darn switch. Elon Musk retweeting out his original tweet. You can press that switch. Nobody actually wants to see any switch pressing. Yeah, if people say you shouldn't press the switch, then maybe don't. It isn't as easy as just pressing a switch. So all the reasons why you shouldn't press the switch. And then, he just posted press the switch already. Of course, the XRP community is very familiar with a switch that needs to be flipped, not so much pressed. XRP here posting this. Bearable Guy 123 strikes again. Check the timestamp. When Elon Musk posted this particular tweet, which I just showed you guys, yeah, right down there, 1:23 a.m., and that was just this morning, March the 7th, 2026. Things that make you go, William Shatner has also been dropping hints all along. Now, if you guys haven't caught my, mini series on the William Shatner Bearable Guy riddles, I have made a couple of videos on those. I'll put the most recent one up here in the top right-hand corner. Huge shout-outs to notfinancialadvice.crypto as well. He's been doing a lot of research and has come out with a lot of great content regarding that. Todd here saying, I'm an XRP man, got enough to choke a donkey, but not enough to buy one. William Shatner did mention ice cream back in 2019. So speaking of ice cream, were we speaking of ice cream, weren't we? What would be the ultimate crypto ice cream flavor? And he said, I'll start off with Ripple. So he has been commenting on Ripple, I guess, in XRP as early as 2019. In 2021, he even did post, did I miss the special on exchanging one XRP for 5 Dogecoin? Every crypto kitty is now pushing them. Very, very interesting. I mean, from a speculative standpoint, from a riddler standpoint, this is great. But where we're going to see true value, guys, obviously is going to come from the regulatory clarity. Diana here posting this. White House crypto advisor says that banks are blocking the Clarity Act. As you guys know, the banking sector has come up with a lot of roadblocks blocking crypto clarity in the U.S. White House crypto advisor Patrick J. Witt just reacted to bank leaders refusing compromise on the Clarity Act. He explained that if banks kill the bill, there would be zero new rules stopping crypto apps from offering high rewards on stablecoins. So he's basically saying you better come up with something or they're just going to plow ahead and do it. So here's the tweet here. Can someone please explain me this logic? No compromise on clarity means no restrictions on intermediaries offering stablecoin rewards. If you believe the bank's argument about deposit flight, this could be catastrophic. I guess they never really considered that. The fact that while crypto firms may just continue to act as they always have in a gray zone, in a Wild West environment where there are no rules and regulations. Luckily, the White House just came out with this, guys. President Trump's cyber strategy for America, March 2026. And I'm going to read you here what Mark says about this. So this just happened, and it is super bullish for crypto. The White House just released President Trump's new cyber strategy for America. The report directly positions cryptocurrency and blockchain as strategic tech. The U.S. must secure and lead globally. Some of the key highlights about this, okay, crypto is now being framed alongside AI, quantum computing, and cybersecurity as critical infrastructure for the future economy. The administration also commits to removing burdensome regulations so industry can innovate faster in emerging technologies. The strategy explicitly supports securing cryptocurrency and blockchain technology as part of protecting U.S. innovation and leadership. So the translation here. Blockchain is now being placed in the same strategic class as AI and quantum computing. Its national strategic infrastructure the U.S. will protect, secure, and build around for the future. While everyone else complains about a 3% drop, the most important and insanely bullish moves are happening behind the scenes. Guys, when we decouple, we are no longer going to be trading in a speculative market. I have a feeling that Bitcoin is going to continue to do its own thing. I mean, if it does not have a utility, which we all know it doesn't really, it's a store of value. But guys, cryptocurrencies like XRP will decouple from Bitcoin, I think, once we do, in fact, see clear rules of the road. And this could get prices going up even higher than we could imagine. It doesn't hurt that Ripple had a 12 to 18 month head start to lock into the stablecoin market share before large banks can compete. So this just an observation from the Wrath of Kahneman. This was from that document from back in August of 2025 when Ripple did purchase Rail. Here's what he's noticed. Guys, 2025 is the year of stablecoins. The passing of the Genius Act has finally opened regulations, and major traditional financial players such as Standard Chartered, Bank of America, and Citigroup are already moving in. That gives firms like Ripple roughly 12 to 18 months head start to lock in the market share before the large banks can fully compete. So Ripple did get that head start. This is why I think they're just kind of like, well, you know, any rules are better than no rules. The exact thing that Charles Hoskinson is kind of frustrated about. Ripple has this head start. They just kind of want to blaze ahead, move forward with their global plan. And part of that global plan, guys, based on some partnership integration like this one, Barclays has now upgraded with Ripple partner Temenos on execution progress and AI resilience. So it looks as though Ripple partner Temenos is now partnering with one of the biggest banks in England, Barclays. The investment bank transferred coverage of Swiss banking software provided by Grégoire Herman. Barclays expects Temenos to outgrow its core banking software market by approximately 200 basis points, delivering roughly 9% product revenue compound annually growth through fiscal year of 2028. The firm forecasts a total revenue of $1.17 billion in fiscal year of 2026 and $1.28 billion in the fiscal year of 2027. So Barclays highlights early signs of stabilization. So this is just really giving more information on Barclays and their statistics specifically, but they're assessing Temenos and looking at them as a relatively well-positioned company against AI threats to the software industry. As the system of record of core banking, Temenos maintains high switching costs and strong protection against AI native displacement, according to the research. So maybe more companies are going to be, based on this Barclays research, maybe we will see more companies integrating with Ripple partner Temenos. Not a bad pitch there. Paul Barron also commenting why Ripple is backing CrossX. So this is new, guys. Crossover Markets closes $31 million Series B funding round at a $200 million valuation, with TradeWeb leading the round. This investment particularly strengthens CrossX, an execution-only cryptocurrency electronic communication network. Through the deal, TradeWeb will route institutional spot crypto orders to the platform. This partnership reflects the growing convergence between traditional finance and digital asset trading infrastructure. So we're continuing to see more deals like this go through. Down here, you guys can see the crypto native firm Ripple and Wintermute Ventures also joined the round as participants. So Ripple and Wintermute specifically are particularly invested in this. CrossX supports low latency execution, advanced order types, and fixed protocol connectivity. These features cater directly to institutional participants requiring reliable professional grade trading tools. So another partnership here, or another investment that Ripple has made through CrossX. Paul Barron does say here, the reason they're doing this, deep liquidity, okay? By backing CrossX, Ripple is helping build the plumbing that big banks use. So, if they use their dollars to, I guess you can use your dollars in many ways, Ripple, you can use your dollars in many ways to foster the ecosystem. You can lobby, but you can also invest in the companies that are obviously going to be building the plumbing. And it looks as though this is what Ripple is doing. If CrossX becomes a primary venue for institutional spot trading, it makes it much easier for those same institutions to hold and trade XRP. And considering XRP is, it's set out to be the backbone for the new financial system, well, it only makes sense for Ripple to help by fostering development of these particular platforms. So great news there. Wanted to thank Paul Barron for that. Wanted to thank Wrath of Kahneman. Wanted to thank Mark, also Diana, Bank XRP for that, Elon Musk for that original tweet there, and RPXRP for posting that alongside Cointelegraph. Another Ripple partner, namely Finastra, has also launched something AI-related, an AI-based operator assist to transform how banks address payment handling. So that's interesting. Finastra, of course, a Ripple partner and a global leader in financial services software, today announced the launch of Operator Assist, an AI-powered solution that is available to add its payment hub user interface designed to reduce errors, speed exception handling, and lower operational costs across the payment lifecycle. How it works, guys, payment errors and inefficient exceptions handling remain among the most time-consuming and costly challenges in payment operations, and Operator Assist tackles these pain points by automating analysis, recommending repairs, and guiding users through resolution, reducing manual effort, improving accuracy, and accelerated time to completion. Early results indicate the potential for efficiency gains upwards of 20%. So there's faster exception handling, there's improved accuracy and client experience, lower manual effort, of course, faster onboarding, and simplified daily operations. So now we're seeing a lot of these companies couple AI with, the Ripple partnered companies coupling AI with the XRP ledger, of course, to continue to streamline operations and make their systems even more efficient than they were before. So great news there coming from Finastra. Black Swan Capitalist Versan mentioning something that I think I know I relate to. I've been in this ecosystem a long time. I watch everything and everyone closely. And the one thing I've noticed, documented, and reported firsthand is this. I see where he's going with this. There are powerful actors moving deliberately to take control of your XRP, all under the pretense of regulation, institutional oversight, and helping the network. Don't miss the bigger picture. You're not just holding a crypto asset, guys. You're holding a piece of the financial plumbing for the next global financial system. This is why I held a portion of my XRP for the long term. I hedged my bets and I bet right. I sold out of the majority of my XRP for profit, making overall my portfolio made 1,200%. But I'm holding a portion of my XRP for the long term, almost as insurance. Going to be buying in more at lows. But now my capital for investing is 6x, 6 times what I originally invested early on. So if you guys are interested, again, I'm just going to mention it, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And it's not just XRP, guys. We have to pick the cryptocurrencies that are going to really grow exponentially in the future. So he says, don't miss the bigger picture. He also comments on staking and locking it up. Make no mistake, it isn't a debate. This is deception, manipulation, and outright nefarious behavior. And I've seen it up close. So he's of the opinion that, the powers that be, I guess, bigger players, whales, what have you, they all want your XRP. When demand finally arrives and the market recognizes what this technology actually represents, that's when yield matters. That's when real wealth is generated, not when XRP is being artificially suppressed and measured against a depreciating dollar while others quietly accumulate. Even the CEO of the Flare Networks, Hugo Fillion, he's come out saying crypto tokens must develop organic economic value to sustain long-term relevance. And he mentions XRP in this particular article here, this one courtesy of Michael Branch. The crypto commentator leader Alpha says Fillion's remarks highlight a key factor that could shape the future trajectory of XRP. Alpha argues that XRP's expanding integration with the Flare Networks ecosystem could strengthen its utility and improve its position for the next bull cycle. I don't doubt it for a second, guys. The more we put our XRP to work, the more that means it's being used in the ecosystem and the more value we can derive from it eventually. XRP holders have already bridged more than 123 million XRP to Flare, minting an equivalent amount to FXRP, with the majority deployed across DeFi protocols to generate yield. So just another opinion here coming from Hugo Fillion. And then there's the XRP Domino theory. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one from Jake Claver, another one courtesy of Michael Branch here. A theory linking geopolitical tension. So we have the tension in the Middle East. We have energy markets, which is linked to that, and global liquidity is gaining attention in the XRP community amid the war in the Middle East. This article does state, according to Jake Claver, he calls this event the XRP Domino theory, and it could ultimately position XRP as a key liquidity asset during a global financial repricing. Claver, who says he has been discussing this idea for nearly 2 years, suggests that a series of global shocks could push institutions towards blockchain-based settlement tools such as XRP. So the XRP domino theory links oil shocks and Japan policy shifts to potential XRP price surges. Rising oil prices could trigger global inflation, pressuring Japan to adjust interest rates. The yen carry trade unwind may cause $2.3 trillion in treasury flow. So I've talked about that in a previous video, which I will link up here. Stressing global liquidity, XRP could emerge as a bridge asset gaining demand amid institutional liquidity crunches. So we really don't know what's going to happen in the Middle East. Of course, analysts have already highlighted the fact that there are tensions surrounding the Strait of Hormuz. That's the narrow waterway through which roughly a quarter of the world's oil shipments pass. If you guys are not familiar with where that is, we've got Bahrain, Qatar, the UAE, Oman up here. And this is the Strait of Hormuz, of course, bordering on Iran. So this is where much of the world's oil comes through. And guys, there is tension. Oil prices, as you guys probably know, if you drive cars, gasoline has gone up. He also ties in Japan's interest rates, and that has moved, and that could be the second domino. Stablecoins and liquidity stress. We also have, regulatory uncertainty right now regarding stablecoins, but guys, that could change, and this could all shift, making XRP a very, very valuable asset in the coming months, dare I say, maybe even months. It could be this year, 2026. These prices are just following Bitcoin, but think of it, guys. Domino theory, there are so many other reasons why XRP is likely to surge in the coming years, dare I say, even in the coming months. I mean, we don't really know where this Middle Eastern conflict is going to go. I've got my thoughts, and you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you want to hear where I'm buying the dip. You can also check out the Working Money Channel merch store if you guys are interested in purchasing some Working Money Channel merch. Link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.